This is a Hoover convertible model U4119 vacuum cleaner upright. I found this in the trash maybe about 2 years ago. It was in my neighbor's trash across the alley, laying on its back, and it looked like a piece of shit from a distance, but it actually looks really nice up close. And I was hemming and hawing that night to either take it or not because I was cleaning the garage, of course, and I had too much shit. But I just took it anyway, like usual. And yeah, it just sat in my garage for about a year, and then I decided to do some work to it. And first of all, the major eyesore that's wrong with this vacuum cleaner is there's a gaping hole in the side of the outer bag here. And yeah, that's really no big deal. It doesn't affect the operation, but otherwise the zipper works fine. Somebody probably could just patch the bag up by just like cutting a vinyl square and gluing it to it. But that's really no big deal. And the biggest problem I find with these vacuum cleaners when I find them used is let's get this open here. Yeah, is the belt is pretty shot on most of them I find. And yeah, I got to change the belt. And these vacuum cleaners, they're the cheapest vacuum cleaners to maintain out there if you could find a used one. The bags, you can get a ton of them for like under $2, and you can get like belts for under $2 too, compared to newer vacuum cleaners where you got to spend like a fortune to get bags for them and belts. And yeah, and this vacuum is pretty clean. There's hardly any rust on the bottom. The height adjustment, it doesn't really have any rust on it, and the plastic is really clean too. Yeah, the impeller shaft, the fan, that's all clean too, and the brush roll, it looks perfect. The paint's hardly wore off too. But yeah, as far as all the convertibles I had, this is the best running one I had. And I get it put back together. It's hard to hold the camera. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of the cheapest vacuums to maintain if you're willing to go old school. But I think this thing was made in the 1970s or like early 80s. It's pretty old, but it's in really nice shape. The hood and the base, there's hardly any deep scratches or anything in it. And yeah, I had to change the bolt. It had a regular nut and bolt that held the stick on. So I found an old beat up convertible that I parted out, and I found the belt and the plate that mounts to it, and I put that on there to make the vacuum cleaner look original. And I'll give a demonstration. And yeah, I'll just release the handle and turn her on by the switch here. Yeah, this thing runs pretty good. Since we have bagless vacuum cleaners, I use it to clean floors that are really dirty. So I don't have to clean the filters on the bagless vacuum cleaner. I could just change the bag rather than cleaning the filters, which is a pain in the ass sometimes. And that concludes this video. And good night, everybody. Bye.